My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Battle Pack Series 67, John Morrison and The Miz. And so here we have The Miz and John Morrison posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through their accessories really fast. The Miz and John Morrison do come with a basic set of the SmackDown Tag Team titles, which they're pretty decent. I do like the fact we did get the titles. They're not shiny, which is what we've come to expect from Battle Packs. Other than that, we don't get any other accessories. I think a pair of sunglasses for both of them would have been nice, but the titles will do just fine. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually take a closer look at their details. And so here we have a closer look at The Miz. Now, the only real reason I got this set was for the head sculpts. I did need an updated Miz for my collection, and this is a really good opportunity to get a really nice up-to-date Miz head. I really do like the fact that he does have the 5 o'clock shadow. I think the smile is just perfect for Miz. You really just want to punch him in the face, and that's the way The Miz is. He just has one of those faces you just want to punch. I really do like the fact that his hair is combed really nicely. You can see it is kind of spiked at the top, going back almost to his undercut, which he doesn't have anymore, but you can see it is still relatively short. So yeah, overall I really got this just for The Miz's head and for John Morrison, but never hurts having extra parts just in case you might need them, although basics aren't really that good for parts anymore. We really don't have too much to say. It's a basic WWE body with really terrible arms that I'm not a fan of. We do have his wristbands, which do look good. We have silver and purple Miz gear. As you can see, it does look really nice. You can see the Hollywood Miz logo right there. We have black knee pads, which I think they should really use the smaller knee pads. That would have been more beneficial for me because I could always use smaller knee pads. Bigger knee pads, not so much. You can see it does say Money Maker right here on his kick pads, which I'm really looking forward to, a new up-to-date Elite Miz. I think that's something that is long overdue, but it is really nice, and it does look like a film streak going down his kick pads. Then we have the lights in the back. So overall, really nice details on The Miz. Really not much to say about it. It is a basic figure, and there's really not much to say about basic figures. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to John Morrison. And so here we have a closer look at John Morrison, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed in this face. It just doesn't look as much like John Morrison as I was hoping. Don't get me wrong, it does look like John Morrison from some angles, but most of them, they're pretty terrible, and I think they really should have used a newer sculpt for John Morrison. Don't get me wrong, this was probably a good face sculpt, and I don't know, I think the paint can't save it. I think the head is just a little bit too small. That or the hair isn't quite fluffy enough. I don't know what it is about this head that I'm not really feeling on this figure. It's decent, but it's not what I would have expected. I think part of it is his beard is just kind of painted on. It's not really sculpted. If they were going to make a John Morrison figure, at least sculpt the beard. I mean, come on, that's the one thing that they really had to do, and they dropped the ball on that. Probably because they didn't want to have this head compete with the Elite head. But yeah, kind of strange that they are using a John Morrison without sculpted beard. I don't know what they're thinking, but they are thinking something. So having a look at his ring gear, you can see he does have the elbow pads, which do look really nice. I do like the fact that they're the medium-sized elbow pads, and that's pretty much what John Morrison wears. He does wear his black and white wrist tape, which does look good. I'm really happy that they use a muscular body, but I feel like it's a little bit too thin. I don't know what body you would want to use for a basic John Morrison. I know the new Elite John Morrison has a completely new torso. I think a basic torso for John Morrison would look nice if they had completely resculpted it. But yeah, it's pretty decent for a John Morrison figure. Having a look at his belt, however, they did a really good job painting it. The sculpt work is really nice. It does look like a studded belt. And I do like the fact that the belt loops are distinguished enough that you can tell that they're belt loops. Having a look at his ring gear, you can see he does have the new up-to-date one where he pretty much tossed the M&M gear away. Really do like this design. I think this is... I've always been a fan of this particular style of John Morrison. I kind of wish that they did sculpt the studs on this figure. They're just pretty much painted, but this is a reuse, and they really don't do too much new stuff on basic figures. I do feel like maybe this part should be a little bit lower. I do like the fact that they did paint his pockets, quote unquote. I don't know if they're real pockets, but if they are, I don't know. You tell me. And then we do have black ring boots, so it's a pretty good figure. There's things to like about it, things to not like about it, and I think the head is one of those things to not really like about it. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Miz and Morrison compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Miz and John Morrison posed next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to their articulation. And we'll have a look at John Morrison's, even though they're pretty much almost the same articulation. John Morrison does have more articulation, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So having a look at the figure, they both have ball joints in the head, which they can both move really nicely. They do turn left and right. Miz and Morrison both do have bobble in the head, although Miz is a little bit better because he doesn't have the hair. Rotation works fine on both of them. Their arms do go out to the side more than horizontally. They go all the way around. They have single bend at the elbow. Morrison is a little bit hindered because of the elbow pad, and we do get rotation at the elbow. We have a swivel hinge at the wrist, and that works no problem. We have no articulation in the abdomen, but we do get a really nice waist cut, and here on Morrison it is nice and stiff, so I do like that. Legs do kick forward and not really horizontally, but they do kick back better than horizontal, so I don't know why the backwards mobility is better. We don't get any outward movement, no thigh swivel. We only get a single bend here at the knee. Both figures do have rotation at the boot. However, John Morrison does have a hinge in the boot, and that's something I really like seeing on basic figures. This hinge is really, really good, so I'm really happy to see that hinge. Miz doesn't have the hinge, so don't try to move that foot up and down. But anyway, that's their articulation for you guys. So what we're going to do now is get them posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the WWE Battle Pack, John Morrison and The Miz posed for my final thoughts. And overall, this is a pretty okay set if you are looking to get a John Morrison in your collection and you haven't stumbled upon the Elite 82 John Morrison. This is a really nice stand-in. Miz, on the other hand, is a figure we've seen several times in the past. I really only pick up basic figures for head swaps. They're really not good for much else, to be quite honest. Their articulation is really, really lacking, and you really don't get your money's worth with the figures. Although for $10, it's really hard to argue the price for basic figures. Seeing as how this is a battle pack, it is going to cost about $20. Now, I didn't pay $20. I think I paid like $15. I picked this set up at my local Walmart when they were having a sale on battle packs and elite figures, so I only paid about $15 for this set. It has taken me a while to get around to review it, but having it in hand, I do think that John Morrison is a pretty decent stand-in, and it never hurts having an extra Miz so you can do a head swap if you do want to have a more up-to-date Miz, because we haven't gotten an elite Miz in quite some time. I think it's a really good addition to have in your collection. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments. And if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos. And as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.